Hey everybody, Cynthia here. I'm going to share a card that I made for Not Too Shabby Facebook group. This month's challenge was to make a card for an essential worker, frontline worker, just showing some gratitude. And if you'd like to join the Facebook group, I will post a link below. You can head on over and check it out. Join the group and join the challenge. So I used this. I'm also going to do a tutorial on the card. So I'm just going to show you. I used this Argyle paper pad from Hampton Art. Used some papers from this, and then I used my thank you sentiment from Heidi Swap. And this is a one-word die, so I just cut the sentiment in half so that I can stack it, and I'll show you how I did that. And then I used this guy, Dr. Oakley. It's a whiffofjoy.com stamp. I had in my stash quite a long time. So I pulled him out. I like him a lot. I think he's so cute. So those are some of the materials I used, and this is how the card came out. Like I said, I cut it in half so I could stack the sentiment. And I left the inside blank. And if you want to make an envelope for this card, I have a tutorial on that. I will post a link below. It's for a 6x4.5 card. And since there's a lot of dimension, this will fit in there quite nicely. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to need a card base to start out that measures 6x9, and then you're going to want to fold it in half. You can score it at 4.5 if you'd like. And then fold it. Get a bone folder here. Okay. And then the card base is 5 3/4 by 4 1/4. I'm going to glue that down. And this size leaves a nice border, white border all the way around. And then before I put my papers on here, I took a doily, paper doily. Now if you don't have any paper doilies in your stash, but you have a Cricut or a die cut machine, you can size it to 4 inches because that's the size of this doily. And I have a bunch of these. They came from the Paper Studio die cuts that I got at Hobby Lobby. And what I did was I cut it in half, and I used a little bit of liquid glue. And what I'm gonna do is center the 1/2 piece in the middle of the card, up at the top of the card. Okay, so I'm gonna add some glue and do that now. Get my rag here. Okay, and then the next piece, when you glue that, you're going to want this edge to meet the right side of your cardstock and the bottom of the brown cardstock. So you're going to kind of offset them. So you want the edge of your doily to hit this side and the bottom here. Okay, so then the next layer, I sized that at 5 3/4 by 3 inches. And that I laid in and kind of centered it, but you want it to meet your edges on both sides. Okay, so it should look like that. And then the next layer that you're going to put on top, that measures 5 3/4 by 2 inches. And then I cut some foam and I told you guys I have these foam sheets. They're really cheap. You can get them at any craft store or online. And I'm going to glue some foam on there for dimension. I had to cut a little piece there extra. Okay, so that's going to give it some dimension. I'm going to add some more glue, and then what you want to do is you want to center it between the sheet you already put down. Okay, and I also cut some pieces to go underneath this. Now my image piece that I stamped on, that measures 4 by 2. And then the brown cardstock you see here around the edge, that measures 4 1/8 by 2 1/8. So I know we don't all have the same stamps, but you could stamp inside or find yourself an image that would fit in this size, which is 4 by 2. I mean, yeah. And then the border I put on it was 4 1/8 by 2 1/8. And then I did cut foam to go on this to pop this up as well. But then I also cut 2 extra pieces to put one here and one here, because this piece is already has dimension under it. So I wanted a little bit of extra height on the edge of my image, so I wouldn't bend and get ruined. Okay, so let's put some glue on here. And when I put it down, I want to leave, if you see on the edge here, you can see some blue. You want to leave about 1/4 of an inch of blue showing when you lay that down. You have about 1/4 of an inch here. And then what I did was I took my white Jelly Roll pen and I just drew a line down here and drew some faux stitching. So I just did little lines going all the way down. Just like that. Okay. And also, if you could see on the heart here, I drew some faux stitching on the heart as well. And I also added little foam pieces on the backs of the hearts for dimension. So I'm going to set the white one and the red one aside. And then on my brown heart here, I'll go ahead and I'll draw my lines going all around the edge of the heart. So beautiful out there. There it looks like there's a nice breeze, and I can actually hear my neighbor's wind chimes, which makes it nice and relaxing when you're in the art room, just kind of sitting here quietly listening to the wind chimes going. Okay, so I have my faux stitching that I drew on this one, but first we want to lay down our thank you sentiment, and this I like to use tweezers for because the sentiment is so skinny. I'm going to add a little glue to the back of that. Whoop! And I like to lay it down towards the top of this blue cardstock here. Okay, and then just use my rag, kind of push that down, and we got to put this piece on. And then I did use clear glitter glue, which is kind of tricky. You got to be careful because this is so skinny This die is so thin. But I did go ahead and, if you can see on the sentiment here, I added glitter, glued this, and my white heart there. And then on the doctor bag here and here, I added some. So I'll do the same to this card. And then I just kind of stacked my hearts in here. Put that one on that way. And this one. And the white one. And I just used, I think, this heart punch here. I got these at the they're Paper Studio. I got them at Hobby Lobby. But from the top parts, it measures an inch. So this heart punch is 1 inch heart punch, and then this one is the 1/2 inch heart punch. And I layered those on. And then I took my Studio G glitter glue and did the doctor bag. Just to add a little sparkle. I love a sparkle. But I like to use glitter glue because I don't know about you guys, but I hate when you buy something at the store and it has glitter on it and then you touch it and it's all over your hands. I'm not a fan of that. But I do love the look of glitter, so a lot of times I'll buy those things and then I'll come home and I'll put Mod Podge over them just to kind of seal in that glitter, or I'll spray a sealer on it because I don't want it all over the house or all over me. Okay, just about done here. Do up this heart here while I'm at it. Somebody said they would love to see me color my image. You really wouldn't, because I am really not that good at it. I love doing it, but I just use colored pencils and some markers, and I wish I could shade like some people. Oh my gosh, they're so talented. And I have not gotten enough practice in it doing that, but if I feel comfortable enough one day, maybe I will, but not right now. So anyway, that's how I did my card. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you do go over and check out her Facebook group and join in the challenge. It's a lot of fun, and you have a chance to win a $10 gift card she gives away monthly to one lucky person who joins the challenge towards items in her store. So I will post the link below for that, and like I said, the envelope as well. And thank you guys for watching. Take care and happy crafting.